So hello, we're back. I've just received my final on-tour quest, Astronomy. And Ignis and I are about to go look at some stars together.
Onward.
So let's see what this quest has in store for us today.
Care to hear my plan?
Give me the short version.
Brilliance cannot be summarized, I'm afraid.
So, there's definitely some more snide comments.
Count on it.
On behalf of all of the party members.
Farewell.
So I imagine today will also be just some fighting.
Nothing personal. Hi. Chop chop. Hands down. Ha. Well, gotcha! Hey!
Cross chains oh, well, I screwed that up. I was gonna say the cross chain is totally unnecessary to kill this guy, but
Onward.
today anyway, I came prepared with some fan questions. Keep the conversation going in between our travel times.
Don't get killed.
Duly noted. No quarter!
So the first question
Nothing
is
personal.
from Anonymous 1234.
Hi. Chop chop.
And the question is, what is your favorite Final Fantasy stuff? My answer to that is that Final Fantasy IX has always been my favorite of the Final Fantasy series.
That's all she wrote.
Because the Final Fantasy IX was my first PlayStation 1 Final Fantasy that I played, and I think it gets a lot of it gets overlooked a lot by the sort of, you know, more common gamer who's attracted to, you know, all of the hype that they hear about something like Final Fantasy VII. So like 7 is the one that everybody knows, but 9 on the other hand is one that I think does so many things right. 9 personally to me, I feel like it's always had the best story. I love every single music track in that game. I love all of the party members that you get, and a lot of other Final Fantasies I can't say the same thing. I mean, I truly honestly love every character, the hero, the princess, you know, everybody plays their part in that game. And oh, I finally picked up a froggy. Anyway, the game it has a very special place for me. I mean, I think it was the first one I finished. That might be incorrect, but I was playing 7, 8, and 9 all around the same time. This was back in the days when you could actually buy... Well, you had to actually go to the store to buy games in the first place. Now you can buy it online. I remember buying 7, 8, and 9 all at the FYE in the local mall. And I think my 8th disc was scratched, so you couldn't actually beat the game. And 7 was just like way too like, I mean, you have to remember that I was probably about 11 when I was playing all of those at the same time, and so 7 was extremely difficult because I simply could not figure out where I was going. Like, the maps are not intuitive. Nothing makes sense. I have to go through Ignis, but I don't know where it is. I'm about to die too. But it's not that I think. I'm distracted. But like 9, there's a lot of moments that really stick out to me in that game that just like are really touching. And I mean, I already said I think the characters are the best, the music is the best. I think it has, if not the best plot, probably the second best. I don't know. Thinking back, I find both 7 and 9 fairly easy to play. 8 I don't think is easy to play at all. But like Final Fantasy IX, for instance, has a lot of themes focusing on like identity, and so many people look to the character Vivi as like a huge inspiration for like overcoming depression and those kinds of things. And I mean, many of the characters, if not all of them, go through various identity crises, and I think the writing is really smart and it's really funny. I genuinely laugh out loud at that game, and I don't, you know, with games that's not really a medium that I think welcomes that too well. But
this way.
Looks like we're gonna have to kill time until the sun sets, and we can have our stargazing party. But we're back over at Pride Rock, where I picked up my first Armiger sword. That's one thing I'm gonna have to check on, is I can't remember if there are 2 or 3. I know we will pick up one shortly.
Focus.
But I can't remember. I think there might be a 3rd one that you can only pick up after you get the first couple. Or something along those lines. That I'll have to double check on.
Nothing personal.
Count on it.
Aw, did I mess up the timing?
Watch out!
And the 9 also doesn't have any sort of weird, out of nowhere moment either. Which I think...
That's all she wrote.
There's, you know, there's always some ridiculous plot twists in every Final Fantasy game. And many of them I just don't find very plausible. But I feel like the big sort of WTF plot twists in 9 aren't as sudden and unexpected, although I could be wrong about that. You know, it's just always one of those things that's going to be tied to, you know, nostalgia and, you know, what you grew up on. So, you know, like, everybody else I know in the entire world grew up on Zelda games, but I didn't do that because, well, I had a PlayStation. I didn't have an N64. I had to go play the neighbors whenever we wanted to go play Super Mario or Mario Kart 64. Started with Sonic and Knuckles instead. So thank you for the question, Anonymous 1234. I appreciate it.
Ignis! Ignis!
Pressed it too soon again. So that'll do it. We don't want to do that. Speaking of Zelda. Pull out my Zelda move. I'm glad I successfully parried that for once in my life. I don't get stabbed with the awful... Ignis, don't you know that you're supposed to go to where the tank is whenever you're dying? Oops, he's the villain. See, I got stabbed by that. That's just like the most horrifying animation ever, too. He kamikazed himself. We both went down with that. So, I'm gonna hang out. I'm gonna wait for the sun to set. Go fight a little bit more, perhaps, but I won't bore you with the mundaneness of that. And then we'll come back and we'll see what happens when we go stargaze with Ignis.